This is KDTV. I'm proud to introduce Jonas Støre, Norwegian politician and leader of the Labour Party. Welcome to BI.
Good to be here.
Let's talk about global megatrends from a political point of view. What trends do you see occur today?
Well, I think any time since the Industrial Revolution you would say that we are heading for technological change.
Yeah.
It's part of how our economies work. But I think what we are in now is heading for profound changes in work life, in the quality of work, in the nature of work. And that's grounded in the technological revolution that we are in the midst of and that is lying ahead. I heard somebody the other day say that we are at the moment living through 12 Gutenberg revolutions. So,
yeah.
I mean, when he came with the print, that was huge. Now we have that manifold. So, as politicians, how we secure work for all, quality of work, income from work, and skills for work. I think those are the key challenges.
Yeah, but what about opportunities?
Well, I mean, I think every opportunity is closely associated with work.
Yeah.
You know, can I, from my education, from my background, accede to the labor market, take part, create income for me and my family, realize my potential, my opportunities, or not? If the labor market is blocked after your education, you know, you start on the way down. So I think this is a lifelong issue in politics. How do you secure work for all, quality of work, and qualification for work?
Yeah. Speaking of that, on last week's national board meeting, you said that our prosperity is built on interaction with the outside world. Technology, culture, and appearance affects us. We have the lowest employment rate in 20 years, and there's basically no jobs created. What do you see for the future labor market here in Norway?
Well, we are now approximately at 5% unemployment, which other countries will say is pretty low. For us, it's a huge increase. It's the highest level we've had in 20 years. At the same time, what is also worrisome is that the participation rate in the work life is going down. And we hardly create new jobs. So the job-creating machine, which is a small and medium business in Norway, is not functioning at the moment.
No.
Now, there is one reason, which is, of course, falling oil prices in that sector, but the bulk of Norwegian business is not oil and gas. So something is not working as it should be. The stimulating effect coming from the public budget is not targeted as it should be. And this should preoccupy us because our welfare model and our society model is so much linked to the fact that we work. And that we are, you know, participants through work and we create values through work.
So what do you see as for students of 2016? What would you focus on going into the labor market?
Well, I mean, I think there we should go back to some fundamentals. You should really pursue where you feel that you have an interest, where you have an ability, where you can see that you realize your potential. I think that's a message always. At the same time, we know that the education you go out from BI with, for example, you will have to change many times during your work life, update your skills. And one thing that I think we need now in Norway is pretty profound reform on how you can really accede to those skills as you go along in your work life. Because when you leave from here, after 5 years and 5 years and 5 years, you may need to update. And that happens very much at the business floor where you work, but should also be supported by our educational institutions. But coming out of these fine institutions, I think you have every opportunity to find work. And you may even create work because there are, you know, entrepreneurs coming out of BI, which will be very important in the years to come.
As for keeping up with the development yourself, what do you do to stay intact and stay on top of the changes happening?
Well, politics, you know, if you're not really motivated by following what's changing, you should get out of it because it is changing pretty fast. People would like to have stable lives, you know, they would like to accede to family, home, stability for their families. But you know, keeping up with that really requires that we reform and follow. So what I try to do is to build a good team. So I have people around me who really can follow the different sectors of development. We need to be rooted in some key values, which for my party is opportunity for all. A very bold vision, very hard to reach. And then finally, reading a lot. You know, you should be trying to keep updated, see what happens at the workplace, visit people at work, this last summer I took 1 week on my vacation and I went to California, Silicon Valley, San Francisco to see this technological changing pattern, which we all know from papers, but you really have to see and feel it to see how profound it is. So I think keeping the antennas plugged, that is important.
Yeah. Do you think the development and the election in the US will affect the future?
Always. I mean, the US is the US. It is still the leading nation.
Yeah.
And for us, security-wise, we are in NATO together. So, security, we should really look to what happens. We always do in the US. And technological and cultural trends are important. And I think, it is a profound sign of something in the American society, which leads to one person coming from outside politics saying that choose me because I am turning the back to everything that those politicians have done over the years.
Yeah.
That's a profound issue in that society, and I think an indication that something is really not what it should be.
Yeah. One last question. Are you the Prime Minister in Norway in 1 year?
I will make an effort to come there because I believe we need change and another direction. As a leader of the Labour Party, you have to be ready for that position.
Yeah.
So, asking the question, the answer I hope will be yes.
Well, best of luck for the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And make sure to watch the next interview of KDTV. Thank you. To watch the full interviews, go to karrieredagene.no. In addition, we would like to give a huge thanks to all of our KDTV sponsors.